What's up, scrappy peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill, and I'm up today with my first video for the Flutterby Designs DT, which I have recently joined, and I'm very excited to open up this new kit, which is very beachy, tropical theme. So I hadn't actually looked at the goodies before starting this layout, so I thought I better get familiar with them before I start. So there's a few different paints. That top one isn't marbled, I've just got to shake it up. There's some Flair badges, and then there's lots and lots of pocket cards, both filler ones and then just background journaling cards as well. So today I thought to go with the beachy theme. I would pick a beachy kind of page because I'm not really a beach person. It has a lot to do with my skin, and just being a redhead, I burn in minutes. Even sunscreen isn't often a barrier enough, and so I don't typically go to the beach, but I was very, very happy that I had this page. Archie and Aaron and I went to a beach, but it was in the evening. I can do evening beach trips, that's fine, but not so much the daytime. So I'm going through first the filler cards and seeing if there's any that kind of go with my colour scheme. I didn't want anything too multicolored. I kind of wanted to keep it quite neutral, I guess you could say, with just pops of colour. Now, I will warn you, if you Flutterby Designs is an Aussie company run by my friend Anita, and there are sometimes some swear words in the collection, so just a heads up if you're looking at the website. Some collections do have a few naughty words in them. This collection doesn't, but yeah, just a heads up about that before I go on any further. So I went through and I added a couple of turquoisey ones because there's 4 black and white photos, and then one photo of Archie in the middle where he's wearing lots of blue, and Aaron's wearing lots of blue too. So I thought it was a good color to go with. And there's so many cards in these packs that you can really do a very neutral color combination, or you can go fully themey and do lots of palm trees and bright sunsets, and that's what's really handy about having so many cards to choose from. So I'm going through and I'm getting a whole big bunch, and I got way too many cards, of course, but it's nice to have a few to choose from so that you're not limited in your choices, because there's no point having choice if there's no choices to actually make. So once I'm done here, I actually do cut out some of these background cards and use them as embellishments as well. I really like these ones, the ones that have 6 collaged onto one page, because you can use those to punch out little shapes and add to the embellishments that already come with the collection as well. So now it's time to choose, and of course I have like enough cards to do about 4 pages, but at first I really wanted to use that black and white cross, and I thought it went well with the black in that beach selfie flamingo. But the problem was I then added this one down the bottom that was very creamy. And usually I'm pretty good with mixing white and cream. I think I'm a lot better at mixing white and cream in my layouts because it's not as obvious, because things are kind of blended together in a layout. Whereas with pocket pages, they're very, this one's in this pocket, this one's in this pocket. Does that make any sense? It makes sense in my brain. So then I decided to go for more a creamy kind of vibe. The photos are black and white, which has the white element, but they are kind of a greyish white. It's not stark white. So then I'm going through the wood veneer little pack, and I was going to put that sunshine going vertically, but it's just a little bit taller, so I couldn't quite fit it in. I knew I wanted to use this Good Vibes Only sticker, which comes on the sticker sheet, and then I've got a few of the washi tape samples, the washi tapes that are available with this collection, and I'm going to go through this one way too quickly. It's just a really nice, just basic turquoise cross. I think the page that I filmed before this was an art journal page, and I'm pretty sure I did turquoise crosses in the background with a paint pen. And then when I saw this, I was still on the turquoise cross kick, and I knew I had to use it. So then included in the wood veneer are a few tiny little hearts. So I decided to add a tiny, teeny, tiny heart, which, you know, any heart has my heart, but a tiny heart has an even bigger place in my heart. And then I just added a star also from the little ephemera pack that came in there. And I think that I didn't have to journal too much, which was nice. I didn't have to add too much journaling to this page because I think there's two layouts before it in my album that have a little bit of journaling on there about what we were doing and why we were there and how I was feeling. To see, it's so funny. Archie hates sand with intensity. He absolutely hates it. And so we put down, we've got a round circle towel, and he likes to play in the sand with his hands, but he cannot stand having his feet. And I think it was also just the sensation of he's so used to like hard ground, like carpet and floorboards and tiles, that when he was trying to stand up on the towel, which was on top of the soft sand, and his foot was kind of moving under the sand was moving under the towel, so his foot was moving, he was flabbergasted with what was going on. So in these photos, he doesn't look 100% happy, but he's exploring his different textures and sensory, sensing the world through his feet. So this one, actually, this embellishment said summer bod. I think it was summer bod in progress. And look, I'm not working on any summer bod right now. I've still got my baby weight, and I'm still loving my carbs and my potato and pizza. So that embellishment wasn't really, I wouldn't use it otherwise. So all I decided to do was just cut off the bod, and you wouldn't know a difference. And it kind of worked out really well because it says 42%, and at this point we're in January, and summer over here is December, January and February. So it pretty much was exactly 42% complete. So I thought that worked out quite well. I'm using a different pen today. I'm using a Sharpie pen, which is not like the normal Sharpie texter. It's called a Sharpie pen, and it's just like a felt tip pen, but it's permanent. So I'm using that because these are printed on photo paper, so there is a bit of a glossy finish to them. Here I did something a bit sneaky, and I actually used the packaging of the sticker sheet and cut off the blue piece of packaging down the bottom that has the design logo, and I'm using it to kind of in place of washi tape. I wanted something that was a little bit more opaque because the washi tapes, you wouldn't have been able to notice them as much because washi tape is see-through, and I wanted something that you could really tell was there. Adding a little bit of craft foam to the back of this because I did want to pop it up a little bit. And these other 4 cards, well, one of them's a journaling card, but the other 3 are just filler cards because they're, like I said before, there wasn't too much to say about it. I've already journaled what I wanted to journal on the previous 2 pages, and so sometimes it's nice to have a play with embellishments and different patterned Project Life cards or pocket page cards and see what you can come up with. I felt like this card needed something because you know what I'm like when things are very busy on my page or there's a lot of different patterns going on. I feel like they need containing, they need fencing off, and so I just added a dashed little line around the outside just to control these beautiful patterns from escaping the card. Adding a bit of Heidi Shine here because I do love me some Heidi Shine, and the Heidi Shine does dry beautifully on these glossy cards. The only thing is it might take a little bit extra to dry, so make sure that it's completely dry before you put it into the pockets. So next up, I really love this turquoise, and I was umming and ahhing about using the full pocket page card at the start, but in the end I decided to use this more neutral one, which has got the name of the collection, Good Vibes Only, in the background, and I decided to just hand cut some turquoise hearts from there adding a doodly border so that it really pops out on that neutral background. And I'm just going to stick those down with a little bit of foam tape on that little one, I think, as well as one of the leaves. I know they've got a name, this plant. Does it start with a P? It's not a palm. It's a special type of ferny palm plant. Say that 5 times fast. And I wanted to include one of those because it does give that very beachy kind of vibe. And I know that even though I don't go to the beach too often, I know that there's elements of this collection that you can use for scrapbooking non-beach photos as well. So I'm adding this little heart, so fiddly. Why do I always choose these little fiddly things to do on camera? But I do. I can't help myself. I was umming and ahhing about which leaf to do because there are 2 included in the wood veneer pack, and I did decide to go with that one. I was looking through the tiny word stickers and I really wanted to use up some of the beachy themes ones because there are some that I think there's some that just say happy or just some more kind of generic, not summer themed words, and I want to save those up for when I'm not doing a beachy layout. So I decided to go for sand and sunshine because there was both. Even though it was the evening, there was still both. And adding a little bit of hearty shine here. And I really love the way this card turned out. I definitely want to try and use a little bit more cream in my pages because I always go to the white. It's my go-to thing, so it's nice to include. So thanks for watching today, guys, and I'll put the link below to the Flutterby Designs store if you want to check out any of the collections. So this one's called Good Vibes Only, which is easy to remember because of that sticker, but there's other things available on the website too. But I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up. I'll be doing a monthly video for Flutterby Designs in the future. See you next time. Bye!